Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at, can you buy a good guitar from Amazon? So I've had a few people ask me questions like this. I always recommend go to guitar stores. I'm a guitar store guy. I like the experience of going to a guitar store and being told stuff by different people. We're losing our guitar stores in Britain, which is a shame. So GAC has now gone. Which is scary because I quite like music shops. I like going into them. However, and having said that, some people may wish to have a look on Amazon at the different options that are available. So this video is about what would I be looking at if I was going to go through 3 tiers. I'm going to be looking at a sort of entry-level beginner stuff, some intermediate stuff, and some really high-level stuff. I don't know why you would do it high level, because sort of intellectually you're looking for something that you wish and you want to try out first. Really, it starts to become about the feel of an instrument when you start doing that, and because there will be premium woods involved, you'll really want that money to be for something special that you've tried out before you get it. However, I'm still going to have a look because I'm curious to see what is available. So we're going to go on. I'm going to start by looking at budget options. So with Amazon, there is a really good money back guarantee situation, and you can send instruments back. The staple things that I always look for are sort of, I'm a bit sad, so I like my classic shapes. So I'm going to have a look at some of those. Let's have a look at Squier first of all. So if you're after a basic guitar, right, you can look at a Stratocaster design. Okay. This one is a Squier Stratocaster. It has, it looks great, doesn't it? And there's a Squier Telecaster. Both of those instruments will be good enough. They will definitely be good enough. So there are some funky colours. I really like that. Some people won't. And then there's some cool butterscotch blonde is always good. Sunburst is good as well. Personally, I own loads of Sunburst guitars, so just for my own interest, I'll look at this, and this is a guitar that I would go for. So this is a Squier, okay. So Fender, who you should know, if you're watching this video, you should know who Fender are. Squier, they're a smaller sort of subsidiary to Fender, and they make things and import them from the East. A lot of the Squiers will be made in either Indonesia or in China, which matters to some people. I have a Chinese instrument. It's a PRS SE hollow body. It's beautifully made. I have a Indonesian Squier. It's beautifully made. It's up there with my American instruments. So this is what you're getting with the Squier. This is what I would go for. It's got a great C-shaped neck. It is a good neck. It's got here, the bridge can be intonated with the individual saddles. And whenever I suggest a first guitar for somebody, you want to be able to make that guitar play really well. And full adjustability will make that happen. So the fact that it comes with that is brilliant. Same with the neck. It doesn't matter what colour you go for, but the neck has a truss rod. It will be adjustable. It will come with the truss rod adjuster. So yeah, that will be, it won't go out of tune. It will be pretty good. It's a really simple instrument. You know what? The reason why I would recommend a Telecaster style guitar is because down here you've got the most basic electronics going in a guitar. You could upgrade that for a really cheap amount of money, and you could literally upgrade your electronics for around £20 to £30, and you could even put in a 4-way selector so you get more pickup options out of those pickups there, and you will have a very versatile instrument. So Squier Telecaster is going to be a good way to go. It's good for kids and adults. I had access to one of these growing up, and I could play everything on it. The Stratocaster is just a slight different flavour of the Fender style, iconic classic design. You've got 5 different pickup selections on here, so 5 different kind of iconic sounds. It's going to have a lot of the things that the Telecaster's got. Nice neck, nice feeling C-shaped neck, thin lightweight body, all of those things. Yeah, what you want. I don't want a heavy guitar, if you can help it. 2-year warranty. I've seen some reviews on these. Really good instruments. You can sound like anybody on one of those, and you'll be pretty happy with it. So that would be my first look at for a basic entry level. Please subscribe. We've got a little competition for our 1,000. When we get to 1,000 subscriptions, we will be giving away a pedal onto the video. Now, people tend to like to have a bundle where you have your amp and your guitar. The only problem is here, the Squier bundle, that amp's not great. It comes with a case. Cases are cool, but for the money, you'll be better off going and getting a separate little amp. We'll look into that in a bit. So another one that might be good, if you're thinking more on the rock and heavy kind of side of things, would be this, the Ibanez Geo. So the difference between this and the Squier offerings, essentially, you've got that classic Ibanez shape. Your cutaways are deeper on the body look, so you've got deeper kind of cutaways. The trem is, you could do a few more stunts with that trem, and you've got a humbucker on the bridge, which is great for rock sounds. So that would be a good way to go. Those guitars are quite good for the money. This is a Donner guitar, or Donner, I think it's Donner. This is a bundle that they do. This looks quite good. Look at that. You get a nice little Donner amp. You get some free online courses. Well, okay, great. Why wouldn't you? You know, I do think you should be spending your money on learning how to play an instrument. Even at my level where I'm at and I'm playing professionally, I pay for TrueFire, and I also go and visit. There's a guy, he does lessons, really advanced lessons, brilliant, called Steve Cooper. If ever I have time, I try and see him. Look at that. That's £159. It looks really cool. It's got a nice case. Chinese made, but the Donner equipment, I do have quite a few Donner bits and pieces. It comes with a little thing here where you can push or pull the tone pot, and that will make your humbucker go between a humbucker and a single coil, which is something that no one wants on a Strat sound, but it's there. I'm only being facetious. You might want that. So that's quite good for the money, really. I can't see you being able to go wrong. I can't see the lead. Where's the lead? It doesn't have any. Does it come with a lead? You probably want that. It's got satin finished Canada neck maple, D-stamped neck plate. Okay. Laurelwood fingerboard was basically like an alternative to rosewood. Yeah, it's cool. I just want to know more about the bundle, because you could get that, think, yeah, I'm ready to play, and I didn't see a jack lead, and then you'd be like, oh, I can't plug it in. Oh well. Let's have a look at some of these things. Here's another one. So that looks quite cool. It's very basic, this deal. So you've got a case. That case is sort of like putting your guitar in a bin bag. It will stop it from getting wet if it's raining a little bit. But it doesn't look very good. The amp looks pretty terrible. That's going to sound bad. But you know what? My first amp was one of those Marshall 1 watt things. It sounded terrible, but it sounded great to me. So it doesn't really matter. For the money, that's a fabulous deal. Look, you could buy a Squier, or you could get a Donner guitar with all these things. I think you'd be happier in the long run with the Squier. I know that's £129, but the Squire's made by Fender. It looks like a Fender. It's got a bit more of a finish to it. And then you could buy all those things separately for really not a lot of money. You could itemise that yourself. So if £129 is kind of like the entry point for a guitar, I'm going to just see what the actual cheapest electric guitar is. Electric guitar on Amazon. I mean, why wouldn't you do this? So, how do I do this now? Sort by low to high. Oh, I'm going to get everything here. Look, all the bits. And then I'm going to start getting. I'm not going to play that game. What I might do is see if I can change my price parameters here. So let's say it's going to go from £60. Is there any electric? £64. Look at that. Wow. You can adjust the bridge. You can adjust the truss rod. It's the shape of a guitar. Versatile. It's a Fender Strat copy. Headstock looks like a saw headstock, which is like a really expensive, good quality guitar. Maple neck, basswood body. I would be surprised if the Squier didn't have a basswood body, to be fair. Yeah, there it is, look. Everything on it's going to be cheap. You might have problems after a few years, but it's a guitar. There's a picture of somebody really enjoying the guitar. They might not be enjoying it. That looks like they're in pain. I don't look like that when I'm playing guitar. I normally quite like my guitars. Anyway, there you go. $64.99. This one has lightning on it, I think, and 2 humbucker pickups. That's the first thing that I see is the humbuckers, which is cool. So it's got what you'll find with a guitar like this, it's the time they've put into making it. So I have seen the Lycos one. I've had a student with one, and I've seen, I mean, like, it, not even decent pickups cost 60 quid, you know. It's you're going to find that the frets are going to be eaten into your hand as you rub your hand up and down the neck. It's just going to need finishing, really. It's going to need a lot of finish work. These guitars for kids, people get these and you can't intonate them very well because of the size of them. So what happens is, if you get a kid who's naturally very musical, and there are a lot of kids who are naturally very musical, have a really good understanding of pitch without knowing it, and they'll be playing that and they'll be going, I just can't play guitar, I can't get it to work, it just sounds awful. And you as a parent might think, no, sounds alright to me, but the intonation on that guitar is just not working. You just can't get it to sound right. You can't get that gap between the string, the bridge, the nut and the frets to just sit properly. So what you'll find is that the notes are coming out wrong, even though it's in tune at the top. You play it, you tune it, and then you press it down and the notes still sound wrong, and your kid just starts thinking that they're crap, and they're always going to be crap, because why doesn't it work? And they don't understand, they're not going to understand equal temperament and why that's not working. So I would avoid anything like that, just because you want your kids to play it, really. And I'm not being a snob. Like, you could enter into a realm of good guitars quite soon on here. So here's me saying, get a Squire, get this. Rock Jam. I have seen a student with a Rock Jam guitar. It's been alright. It's been fine. But for the price, you're pretty much at a Squire price. And them Donna guitars. Donna stuff's good. I've been impressed with all the Donna things. Donna kebabs, Donna and Blitzen, everything. So that's our lowest. So for me, I'll be buying the Squire. Okay, I would. You can, if you like, the other way to think about it is stuff like Epiphone. So I don't know how much a cheap Epiphone is. Let's have a look. I mean, the Squire Telecaster or the Squire Strat is a great way to go if you're on Amazon. On the used market, you've actually got a lot more to your disposal. You could get a Squire for £50 on the used market, and you could get an Epiphone for the same price as a Squire on here, and you're into a whole world of good things, good music and good instruments. I'm going to pull up some other stuff here. That looks very cool. Ibanez, again, great for the price. Their guitars are just excellent. If I had a child that was learning to play guitar, hey, I do. I'm going to show you. This is actually my money no object option as well for a kid. This Ibanez Micro, they're called. This is one. This is £170. It's a funny colour. I like it. Basswood body, maple neck, quarter sawn. You could get this one for £200, or that one for £179. I'll get the one for £179. 24 frets, big like horns. Looks like an Ibanez rock guitar. Sounds really good. I have one. I found that intonating this was a pain, and what I had to do was change the string gauge. When I run it with 9s and re-intonated it worked great, but it needs to run on thinner strings. So if you like heavier strings, you have to look at changing those. Now Jackson do the same thing. So I've got a young boy who I teach at the moment, and he is incredible. He's an incredible guitar player for his age. He's about 8 or 9, and he's wicked. And he has this tiny little Jackson guitar, same kind of size as an Ibanez Micro. I don't think it's called a Jackson Micro, but it is that kind of small guitar. Is it this? A dinky. It's a very dinky guitar. That looks like a full size guitar. But yeah, that's. I'll tell you what, if you're a beginner, that you're not going far wrong with that. That's a very cool guitar. So there you have it. So they're your cheaper options. So we've looked at Donna guitars, we've looked at Squire, we've looked at Ibanez. These are all respected to a point. The Donnas, like them £130 ones, are cool. I'm trying to think of another brand that's like that. That's I wonder if Nuex make a guitar. Nuex are doing some really good stuff, and if they're not doing guitars, I'm going to show you their amps. So this is one of the little Nuex. If you're after an amp, You could buy an amp that just sounds like a bee in a jar. But Nuex are making little amps that sound fabulous, and they're not going to be that expensive. So this one, oh, where was it? It was £79. That's pretty cool. Look at that. And you can, this has got like functions where you've got like drum patterns that it will play, and delay and distortion. That is a great little piece of equipment. Another one, Black Star Fly, £60. Look, portable amp, £59. Is that £34? Oh no, that's just an extension speaker. So £54, that's pretty cool. So I would buy the Squire and one of those, or that's going to sound as good as the Squire amp. Legato as well. These they do some good stuff. Look at this. It's got 2 speakers. It's kind of got, it'll run off battery as well, which is quite useful around the house. We're in 2025 now. It's got Bluetooth. It's got your input at the back, headphone out. Look at that. You can probably control some of that with your Bluetooth. Yes, you can. It's good. Oh, it's just perfect. So if you're practicing, that's the sort of thing you need. It's not going to be loud. It'll fit on your desktop. That guy there he's definitely learning how to play guitar there with that face. He reminds me of someone I know. But yeah, that's kind of that would be a really good way to go for £32. Get a Squire, get one of them. So £160. You might need a jack lead. So jack lead. You don't really need a strap yet. You're not playing in a band. You can get that next month. There you go. Lead. I always recommend stuff like this, right? I'll tell you why. Fender leads, $12.99. Yes, I've done a video where I've told you that you can resolder your lead if it breaks, but for a long time in my life that was just out of reach of my sort of talents. This is a 10-foot cable. Do Fender have a money back thing or a guarantee? They used to have on some of their cables. You used to be able to just take it back if it broke, which I think is great. Tangle free. That would be something like that. You could keep that then, keep it forever and not break it in a few months. That would be a good thing. Fender original instrument cable, $9.99. Look at it. My favourite cable brand is D'Addario. They do some great ones. I'm going to put cable. Yeah, D'Addario cable. Bit more money, £13. I've got one at the moment. I've had it for about 5 years and it's just brilliant. Never had any problems. Properly nicely shielded. Doesn't make any horrible noises where other leads can do. Get one of them. Does it have a warranty or just the Amazon warranty? So that's a way to go. Okay, so this video is going to go on and on, isn't it? If I end up down this rabbit hole, I'm just going to look at mid-range. This is what I'll be looking at. Guitars. I had one, did a review on it. Oh gosh, look at that. So this guitar is an guitar for £150. Buy this, don't buy a Squire. This has professional features, which I'll talk about now. This has got a bone nut, so the nut is made out of bone. It will slip better and your guitar will stay in tune better. The tuners are better. The wood is quarter sawn. They use Indian rosewood with a special radius. It feels beautiful to play. Roasted Canadian maple on the neck, quarter sawn, really good neck. You can adjust this guitar so easily and you can't mess it up. So a lot of repairs on truss rods, they're not because the truss rods snap, they're because people put the wrong size Allen keys in, or they don't put them in enough before they turn them. This, you just use a little bar in the neck at the bottom there, you can see it. You can adjust the truss rod in seconds with this. Super adjustable, super comfortable. The pickups are good that they put in them. This is the one to get over a Squire E-Art. I would definitely recommend that. 150 quid. Get it. Live without an amp for a year, then get your amp. It's that much better. It's that much better. E-Art do some really cool stuff. So they're the headless guitars. In all seriousness, that's the one I'd go for. Or if they did that in not pink. Oh yeah, look, seafoam green keeps coming back, doesn't it? I like that. That's really cool as a headless guitar. If I did start to go down the headless route, that's the way I would go. Sir Headless Nick. Cowabunga. So yeah, E-Art. I can't believe you can get an E-Art from that for that kind of price. So I would get that in a heartbeat before getting a Squire. That looks nice. Is that a Donner guitar? No. Don't know what brand it is. It's tough with brands, isn't it? Because there's loads of up and coming brands. They're probably made in the same factories as these instruments. But it's the reputation that people are after. And the other thing to think about is if you're new to guitar and you take it up, what if you did buy this Wins guitar, right, with all these bits that are very low price? If you don't like guitar, you're going to want to sell it on. You're not getting your 83 quid back. You'd be lucky to get 30 quid back for the guitar. No one's going to pay extra for all the stuff because they're not bothered. Because most people are set up and they've got that sort of stuff. So you kind of like this real estate is in the instrument. And if you did get a brand like Squire, Fender, whatnot, at least you'll probably, at least you can sell that on with less damage, really. And then the other way to think about it is the way I think about guitars, because I'm committed to them, is this. So I like this guitar here. It's 153 quid. That one isn't. That one's 279, but that one's 153. I don't get it. I buy it, I play it, I enjoy it. I want something different. I can trade that up. Somebody will be interested in that. So I could go to a guitar shop or another person, say, trades, what you got? They might have a guitar that you want. They might have a Gibson SG Special. £500-600 guitar, real Gibson, made in USA. That might be 100 quid towards it, because they'll say, what you got then? And you'll say, oh yeah, an E-Art or a Squire or whatever, and they'll know what that is, or at least you'll be able to point them in the direction of what that is. You won't be able to do that with a Leo James or a Pile, or you're going to struggle with Max. I've got a Max. It's like it's one of them things. So that's the other bit. Okay, so that's mid-range as well. I'm just going to have a quick look. Fender Standard. There's the Fender Standard series, which is now made in Indonesia, same factory as the Squires. So you could get one of those, £500. There's nothing wrong with that. You could buy that and suddenly go gigging. For my money, this is where I would go for mid-range. And I'll tell you, I I'm telling you the truth here because I actually did this. My mid-range guitar is my Fender Classic Vibe Telecaster. Look at that, £359. That's what I would get. Oh, that's cool. Wide range humbuckers. I don't know how I ended up clicking on that, but I did. There's a massive difference between the bass level of Squier and that, and there's not a lot of difference. In fact, I would prefer a Classic Vibe over a Fender Standard Series personally, and it might be because I've had all the Fenders and know them that much that I'm just not bothered that it says Fender. And if I didn't have that, I'd probably want one. So Classic Vibe would be my mid-range. Let's talk crazy range now. So let's see my favourite guitar. If I was just in the shop, it would be, let's see what they got here. Oh, Gibson Les Paul Standard 50s P90. Right, look at that. That's gorgeous. You can't get that right now off Amazon. Some of these are good. Some of that's a bit like what I've got. A bit like my my Les Paul. It's Heritage Cherry. But if I was going high end, that's what I would get. That looks great. I'd want it as a gold top, really. Oh, did you just see that? Look at that. They've done something to the back of it. Oh, all right. So they've cut the back out for some reason, but it's okay. I think that's probably improve owning it. That's nice. The only problem with these new Gibsons, they're really inconsistent in terms of every guitar. You'd kind of have to go and play one. You know what I mean? You'd have to go there and play one. I bet they won't have any saw guitars. I'm just thinking what's high end, what's super high end. Music Man guitar. Would there be a Music Man guitar? Sterling. There's another good idea if you want to go mid-range. Sterling by Music Man. My other, this wouldn't be complete without a PRS offering. PRS guitar. So, if I went, there you go. Look, you can go a bit top end. Can you imagine buying this off Amazon? £18,000. It can be with you by the 28th of April. A Dragon. Look at the neck on it. That guitar's incredible. You wouldn't leave the house. You'd kind of mate with it or something. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. £18,000. There you go, people. So you can get some pretty high-end, lofty stuff. That guitar is going to be ace, isn't it? So yeah, there are your other options. You can obviously get good amps and stuff, but it was really aimed at like your lower end guitars. What would you get? I think it would be those the E-Art or the Squiers, really, or the Donner Pack. Please subscribe to the channel, and if you like the video, great, thumbs up. I'm interested to know if you comments, if you can think of any alternatives, and I will put affiliate links to Amazon on here in case you wanted to buy any of the stuff. You can just access Amazon through the link, and whatever you get, and that helps the channel. But thanks for watching. So there we go, there's some options. It's quite interesting, isn't it, out there? If you are interested in any of those instruments that you've seen there, I have affiliate links on my YouTube channel page, so you can go onto the description of this video and you'll see some of the links. So I'll put one up for that E-Art guitar, that's a bit of a bargain. I'll put one up for the Squier, I'll put one up for the Classic Vibe I'd go for, and maybe the Fender, and if I put the affiliate link up for the PRS Dragon and someone buys it, I'm going to be able to, like, I don't know, buy a coffee or something. That's how much commission I'd get. So that'd be incredible. Maybe even a pint. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you next time.